Yeah, but my point is not the saying that we have, because we say a lot of stuff in the country, in any country that probably isn't necessarily true. It's just some verbal moral we would like to believe that we stand for and go by. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we cross it every time. No one person is above law, is what we say here. But would you not say that that is moving in a matter in a manner or the system obviously directly upfront conflicts that saying? Would you not say that that's that? Acting
Yes.
as if you're above the law and the system actually saying,
Do I
because who
believe?
you are, I'm not going to hold you to the same standard of law, the same letter of law that I would a regular Plex, a regular 10, a regular whoever else.
Do I believe that Donald Trump is above the law currently? Yes.
Yeah, yes, yes. Because if these other individuals can get simply their life disrupted, okay, even if they're eventually adjudicated, their life is briefly disrupted because of an investigation. This cat has been documented as to say straight no to certain
Well,
authority and policy branches
my thing is
in our
this.
government.
My thing is this. I can't go to I can't go to my job and tell the boss there that yeah, I just be grabbing him by the pussy
No,
and
you
still
can't.
have a job.
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically, we're supposed to be his bosses. We're the ones that elect.
You can't stand up at your desk, brother, and say Haiti is a shithole country.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't do
You
none of that.
cannot. You cannot be accused of any kind of sexual misconduct, allegedly, because we're talking about the beginnings and the
Yeah,
actual workings of an
anything that he's
investigation.
been, anything
Anything
that
that
he's done, if I try to do it at my job, I will
you
be quickly, expeditiously escorted to the exit door and bye, nigga, bye.
yeah, and be that a temporary suspension or fire, pending on what the actual
It'll be a
findings
firing.
are.
We're going in a
Yeah,
different direction, Mister. Good day, sir.
yeah. So you see what I'm saying? He's functioning as if uh, Kim Jong Un, who he's had kind of a tit for tat kind of relationship with. It seems the last few years, um, you kind of praise or hail certain aspects of this person's character here, and then whenever I guess it's something that's not quite in sync with what you want to happen or your policy, uh, then you scrutinize this individual. Now, I'm not one of these people that's saying uh, I know anything about Kim Jong Un. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Or that he's necessarily for sure a bad person. I only know the stories I hear about him based on a political platform. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's all I know about him. So I know what I read about him. But since I have never stayed in North Korea, we've talked about this before on the podcast too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never been to Korea, North or South, I still try to hold some sort of reserve on judgment of what that may be. Because all I can really go by is what my media shows me in my country. But we know that the documents, footage, audio, we know that all these things can be manipulated. We know that now about technology.
I go by the
So,
people from who've left who've
right.
mentioned that stuff
And
that we're
and
going
and there's
down.
and that's their I guess that's their take on their experience, but I don't even know them. You see what I'm saying? So when I come across an individual who's been there and them telling me person to person, it's still based on their word. I haven't been there, but I'm going to feel that energy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here
yeah.
in front. I'm going to know
If you full
how
of
much
shit,
of what you're saying is authentic to me.
yeah,
Just like if we're talking to somebody, nigga, they can feel that energy. Is he being real? Is he being honest or
he's
no?
full of
You
shit,
know?
or is
Yeah.
this real?
So I'm not at all negating the possible horrific characteristics that a Kim Jong Un may have, homie. What I'm saying is, since I've never been there, I'm not going to just allow what my various sources of American media tell me about North Korea to allow me to base a judgment on North Korea.
You gotta
You
take
see
it
what
at
I'm
face
saying?
value until you see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Until you
Until
see it
I see it,
firsthand
or until I'm dealing
to a
with somebody
degree.
who has dealt with it
Yeah.
firsthand. So, with that being said, I'm not saying that Donald Trump should treat Kim Jong Un maliciously just because he's North Korea and there's always tensions between superpowers of the world. It's always been that way. But what I am going to say is you seem to teeter totter on how you feel about anybody at any given time. This dude has spoke, I wouldn't say highly, but I would say he spoke in favor more of a foreign leader over one of his own American politicians.
Well,
He's
yeah,
done that in the news. Who does that?
because he's out for that money. See, before
Well,
we
brother,
had presidents that were out for that oil.
that
Donald
that
Trump's out for that
all.
money.
Yeah.
Money. That's what he's out for.
Mhm.
When this is over, where can he continue getting that money?
So that's a selfish endeavor, a selfish individual endeavor, and I mean, if that's what he owns, that's what he owns.
That's Donald Trump.
That's your opinion based on what you know, what you've seen, and whatever research or whatever has come across your lab based on this individual. I say the same thing to a degree, but I still try to hold that open space because I don't know shit. You know, I want that to be known that this is all my perspective and opinion, which is really only worth the next person's. I'm no better than nobody. Here's an individual who acts like he's better than everybody. And yes, it's true that a motherfucker with the fictitious valuable money, because I don't really even know why money is valuable, as opposed to
The barter
like
system.
well, yeah, actual goods. Gold has a whole lot of different properties and useful in many ways other than to just look pretty or look handsome. Gold actually really has true natural resources, neat resource properties to it.
Hey, you
You
know,
see what
gold
I'm
ain't even
saying?
from this planet.
Brother, let's not, come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just
No,
telling you.
okay, look, don't do that.
I just
Let's
want to
stay
let you
here.
know.
Right? Okay, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put that in Iron Bush. I'm gonna put that in the tablet right now, and I'm gonna make sure I give you that one. That sounds like something you need to focus on, and we need to really go at about it. You can inform me, and I'm willing to listen. You know, am I always willing to listen?
Science.
I tell you all the time. Lend me your ear, do I not?
Yeah.
But gold is still a resource, is my point.
No.
Silver is a resource. I mean, for whatever reason, we deem it valuable, right?
Yeah.
Diamond, these things are resources. All, as you said, is resource. Food is a resource.
Mhm.
Technology, electric, all these things resources, right?
People are a resource.
Let's move away from that too. Let's not start this. You know what I'm saying? We had this problem already on the soil.
I'm just saying. I'm not talking about slavery, but you know, we was treated as a resource.
We're gonna have to go to war with the tryout again pretty soon too. I feel that urge coming. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so
but I'm just saying.
No,
in general.
you're absolutely right. I know what you're saying. As far as whether it is or not, we can discuss that offline, and then I'll be more up to date on what you mean.
Yeah.
And you know, how we swap ideas, reading materials, whatever, to inform each other. Fine. But right now, my point is, money is not. Money has been declared, deemed, and fought for to be of value.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot burn without us saying and people agreeing to it. In the event that anybody at any time want to say, you know what, that is just a fucking piece of paper. It is no good over here. What's going to stop them? Other than what? War? War costs what? Money? If other countries said, you know what, your shit just no good in our country. We see no real value. We don't even claim it as a source of currency anymore. The paper dollar. Now, if you come with your quarters, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you come with your pennies, actual shit that even if we want to, it can be melted down and used for something else. Put it like that.
Well, once we get, if we ever go back to the gold standard, that's what money will be backed by gold again, so it'll have value.
So now you tell me trying to tell me, and actually I'm trying not to get off of it. The point is he has a lot of it and access to more of whatever it is. So ultimately, anybody with certain money, which has always been the case, is above the law to some degree. We know that. Everybody in the country pretty much knows that. But we might speak out about it from time to time when shit happens, but for the most part, we know that and we live in that every day, and nothing gets done about that every day. Donald Trump is moving like he's bigger than he is the president,
Like
but
he's
if
bigger
you
than
do
life.
yeah, if no one's against the law, I think that should mean the president. Maybe I've been naive, which fine. Probably I have been naive all these years to think that a president of the United States is just really never going to do nothing illegal. Until I learned about the whole Watergate issue, you know what I'm saying? And even with that, it took me a year or two to really download into my thinking process what the tremendous potential hazard that was.
Yeah.
It's just all this secret documenting. I don't want to get into that either.
Yeah,
But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm referencing.
Ultimately, the thing about the presidency, I think in general, is it's the perception that the person is the best of the best of the best that we have to offer to run the country. And when you have players that aren't producing the best of the best of the best of themselves, then that's where it's a whole contradictory. You know, it's a whole issue, because I think that this is who Donald Trump was and what he's always been. But he now that he has a spotlight on him as the president, even as when he was running, people were shocked and appalled. You know, I think this is who he always has been. I think I really do. I don't think that this is anything new from him. I think that it's just
the office.
Yeah. It's just the office, and people are expecting to have the best of the best of the best. I mean, people didn't like Obama, but he still maintained the status quo. People didn't like G-Dub. He maintained the status quo. You know, people are complicit with the status quo.
People, you know what? You're right. People romanticize charisma too.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? There's a certain conduct expected of each individual status, job, or source of occupation in America, not just when we get on the levels of executive, legislative, and judicial. No, not just those three. GOPs or anything, any hidden thing that the commoner will not have access to beyond that society, right? There's the regular society, and there's
still a hierarchy with that.
Yeah, hierarchy, and not even just a hierarchy, just the typical aspect of what conduct should be in that
space,
office, whatever that is, you know.
Thirsty. Yeah, yes sir. Yo, it's the ugly. I'm about to break it. Man, fuck that. Check it out. Power and momentum, vocal bullets bring the host to your building. Same time feed the souls of your children. Closed minds get exposed to the vision. Same time double a sword to the throat of the serpent and kill them. Kinda hard not to walk in the blues. Hard to walk the avenues where they ain't got no shoes. So we change the method.